Hey, Tammy. Tammy.
Tell everyone to stand and then we'll... And coming into your screen now is the pride of Luther High School, the Luther Marching Band. Great to have them come up here on a Saturday on their day off of school to celebrate 89ers with us. And as soon as they get down 2nd Street, we'll talk to our parade marshal, Burns Hargis, and his lovely wife, Ann. Hear the sights and sounds of the Luther Band, the Luther Lions. Coming right behind the Luther Band. I've got to get this real quick before we... Oh. There we are, Shrek. Shrek is here. Now that looks like Phil Nichols. That's Phil Nichols. There you go. Hey, it's always cool when you can have Shrek come in here. So
that's what my wife's trying to get me to go to Halloween as.
And by the way, Shrek's playing at the Pollard
here
in downtown Guthrie. So that's it's a musical, and they do a great job.
And if you've never went to the Pollard, you really should go. It's an incredible evening. They do a great job performing. It's just a lot of fun. So.
And that starts on April 24th at the Pollard Theater. As promised, we bring in our parade marshal, Mr. Burns Hargis, and his lovely wife, Ann Hargis. And they said the parade this year was a little bit of a touch of orange this year, and it definitely is orange.
Well, it's absolutely perfect. When you guys came by earlier, Chris immediately noticed your jacket. And, well, that's good. We don't want to miss that orange. We love the orange. So we do appreciate you being here. And have you been to 89ers before?
Oh, yeah. It's one of the great events in the Oklahoma year. We just have a ball, and it's the classic Americana, and of course celebrates one of the most important historic times in Oklahoma.
Yeah, there's no question. Of course, every year you kind of wait to see who's going to be the marshal this year. Those of us that do pistols, no. Those of us that love to hear the pistols firing, we were thrilled this year. So it's always good to have the orange here with us on a day like today.
We had a lot of nice Sooners on the parade route as well.
Yeah. There's a lot of great things in Guthrie because there's a lot of connections with Guthrie and Stillwater. I know a lot of students go through. We're able to send some athletes up there as well. So it's always great to have that connection.
Yeah, but we think that the enthusiasm of the crowd is really remarkable. It really reminds us of our homecoming parade.
People who come up and say, welcome to Guthrie. I mean, there is an atmosphere within this city that it makes you want to come back.
A lot of pride, and there should be. I mean, have restored all this and preserved all this is a real accomplishment.
Well, you know, Chris and I were talking earlier, there's so many people that work to pull this together every year. You know, Steve Gentling, who has been the chairman of the 89ers committee for several years, does a wonderful job, and there's literally hundreds of people that pull together to make this a great day and a great event. But none of this it wouldn't mean as much if we didn't have great folks like you that come and give your time and be a part of it. So we truly appreciate that.
It's our honor. We were so honored. We were stunned, actually, when we were asked.
But we were in the lap of luxury, too.
Yeah, we really were. That carriage was really nice. If you were going to go across the west, that'd be a good one to go on.
Added seating, yeah.
That's outstanding.
You bet.
Well, again, we thank you so much for coming by and stopping for a few moments to join us here on the broadcast.
Well, you guys are doing a great job.
Thank you, sir. We appreciate you guys. We really do. Thank you, man.
Enjoy your stay here in Guthrie. Thanks for coming again.
And keep that orange going. We love it.
Yeah, you need it. Go in our closet. You need some.
Thank you again to our parade marshal and Burns Hargis and Ann Hargis for joining us here, and they did a great job as they were one of the first ones to come down Oklahoma Avenue as we continued on with the parade. Take a look, over 100 entries here today. So we continue on down there. We're starting to see a little bit of sun. That's good. Also, a few drops are coming down.
Couple drops. That's okay. We'll make her.
So far, so good. And there's a nice carriage there presented by Willoughby's Feed and Outfitters. Excuse me. Motorcycles continue to come down Oklahoma Avenue as well. We're getting a little bit of every bit of weather you can get today. Kind of perfect how this week is. You got overcast, now you got sun, you have rain, you have wind. It was a little bit chilly to begin with.
A little bit of everything.
Now it's starting to warm up.
No doubt, a little bit of everything.
Sounds good back there. Bringing in our next guest here, the Smith and Schmidt Show. It is Tim Smith, the department commander, as well as Charles E. Smith, the National Executive Committee member of the Department of Oregon. And guys, so glad to have you here in beautiful Guthrie. We kind of get a little bit of everything weather-wise today.
Yes, it's been a joy, and the weather's held out. Rain didn't rain us out, so it's been a great day.
No, but Chris, we don't, there's any day we have a parade's always a good day. And from the enthusiasm and the people lined up and all the entries you got in here, I don't think a few sprinkles will deter this group and this city at all.
He might melt a little bit, but that's okay. He's done.
Just a little. Of course, guys, we were talking earlier, and being a fellow veteran myself, you guys, we talked about the work that goes in, and I want to say it again, I don't think a lot of folks don't realize the hard work that goes in, the American Legion puts in to support our veterans across the country. Talk a little bit about some of the projects that are important to you guys, and just what's going on out there that we want to let the folks know about.
Well, I think the American Legion's been supporting veterans and our communities, our children and youth, and of course our nation for 96 years, and we're gearing up toward our 100th anniversary. But the American Legion was founded on 5 cardinal principles, and that was, first of all, rehabilitation of all disabled veterans. And the second was to care for those who, orphans and widows, and take care of those veterans who are now suffering from wounds, disease, and want. And also the education of our youth, which is very important to the future of this country. And of course, the 5th cardinal principle is service to our community, state, and nation. And I think you probably see and are the recipient of a lot of services by the local post 56 here in Guthrie.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's one of those things that folks haven't ever been a part of the Legion or haven't been touched by it directly. They just don't realize all the great work that goes in and the great programs that the Legion's a big part of. So just again, I wanted to thank you guys for all the work you do, And I know it's a calling what you're doing, and I realize that, but I truly do thank you.
Thank you. And one plug I'd like to give on programs mentioned earlier, we have a program right now starting up with okboystate.org, where we sponsor hundreds of boys to go to Boys State. That gives them some outstanding skills in the civics of our country. And that's something we provide also to our community and our high school juniors to do. And they can look at that at okboystate.org or okamlegion.org and see all of our different activities we offer to community youth and veterans also.
That's outstanding.
Again, thank you, Tim Smith and Charles Smith. Great to have you guys here in Guthrie, and we welcome you back at any time.
Thank you for having us.
Appreciate you guys very, very much.
Thank you for them coming out. Again, the rain's coming down, but the parade will go on. Rain or shine, the parade will continue here. As I think we're probably about halfway through with today's festivities, as we have this big old tractor you see in the background. You see the big wheels anyway. That's courtesy of Great Plains Edmond, the brand that works.
She's been there
Got
longer, prettier than you.
I'm not sure what that is peeking into your screen there on the left side.
He's a baby.
Real quick, and mute us down. We'll let them clear out. And there you have the 89ers Day Parade, and the Edmond North Jazz Band join us here for the 89er festivities. Always great to see our friends from Edmond celebrate 89ers Day. And there we have, well, I'm not sure what that is, but maybe if he'll turn on. I know there's something on the back, and we'll try to identify this. Almost had it there. We'll find out what he is in just a second, but stay tuned. We'll speak with State Senator A.J. Griffin. Come in a minute. I'm still trying to figure out what we got here, but a mascot of some Sunloan. Okay, is a local company. All right. And now we're going to get set to bring in the state senator of the great state of Oklahoma, of course, District 20, right here in the heart of Guthrie, Logan County. Several other ones, Miss A.J. Griffin. And joined us last year, great weather. A little bit of a mix this year.
A little bit of a mixed bag, but I'll tell you what, so far so good. Rain's holding off, and it's nice and cool, so I'm not sweating like I was.
A little nervous that the weather might hold a lot of people off today, but another great turnout.
Beautiful crowd, great people, wonderful day, and I have to tip my hat to the organization crew. They've done a wonderful job as always.